What's going on, all you Star Citizen fans? This is your boy Raptor Spiritus, and I've got another one for you guys today. So today we got a look at the PU monthly report for June. So we're gonna just quickly go over it and see what's in it. So it looks like AI content, say in June, the AI content team continued to support several initiatives for Alpha 4.9. They also worked alongside mission design to set up comms calls and NPCs for several upcoming missions and locations. AI content then supported a performance capture shoot to ensure that the content will flow seamlessly once the audio is mastered and animations are solved. Alongside this, the team planned out some narrative driven initiatives for new behaviors and directions to explore. All right, so as for the AI content, let's see what's to go on with the AI features in tech. So it says, last month saw AI features in tech fix an issue with super heavy NPCs not being able to use their miniguns. Some human AI issues were fixed too, including NPCs continuing to fire at targets they could not see. We saw a lot of this whenever you do bunker missions. It's just one of those things that just you see the NPC still firing at nothing or at dead bodies. So for the Apex Valakar, the devs introduced the ability to constrain it to an area while avoiding another. It also received laser and EMP attacks, gained the ability to switch between attacks, and improvements were made to surface sound detection. For the Yamandi, a bug causing it to get stuck in reactions was fixed. Although not yet integrated into the PU, improvements were made to the flight AI for fleeing behind objects and counter chasing behaviors. And updates were made to the general flight behaviors. So, excuse me. I'm always looking forward to things like the AI flight model because, again, I enjoy it when there's a little bit of a challenge, right? You know, when we play, we want to make sure we're like really in it. You know, obviously, we don't want to play to the point where we can't do anything, but you know, we keep losing. But having a challenging AI is really like I love that. I don't want a game that is just gonna be easy to go through and blah blah blah. Blah. Like I like challenges, so I'm glad they did that. So getting into animation, the animation team flushed out animations for the Apex Valakar while planning for the next round of creatures. I really do hope this round of creatures are not Valakar like, honestly. After looking at the fauna and flora, like little diagram of all these different types of like creatures that they had, I really hope they're really doing other things because we've been on the whole Valakar thing for like quite some time. I know the biggest thing for the Valakar is to have the really huge one that was introduced 10 years ago, you know, and never made it, but finally it's kind of here. I know they were working on to actually have that mission actually set up, which they showed at CitizenCon a couple years ago. So, but I really hope that these next round of creatures have nothing to do with Valakars. Like, I don't want any snakes or worms. I want something with like 4 legs, you know, I mean 2 legs, you know. So I like that. It looked like a abominable snowman creature. I want something like that. I want all types of crazy stuff. Like, you know, I need variety. You know, I want to go to a planet and feel like, you know, I can't just walk around and, you know, whistling Dixie and whatnot. I want to feel like I have to, you know, be on my P's and Q's out in the wild. Like, I think that's really cool. And I can't wait to see that come a little bit closer to the game. They also worked on the mission giver Battaglia, both in her physical location and when spoken to over comms. So, you know, Battaglia is back in there. This is my first iteration of seeing her. A lot of you OGs know who she is. So, yeah, they were working on that. Art and characters. The character art team spent the month working on a new armor set mission rewards, updates to the Ninetales gang, and other upcoming items. I'm pretty sure that that armor set is probably the super heavy. And the Ninetales gang stuff, you can see all that in 4.9 PTU. The Ninetales gang needed a refresh badly. Now, the concepts that they showed us with the three, see if I can quickly yank that up. With the three suits, I guess they're lieutenants, and then of course, Mendo Ren, those guys, right here. So these guys right here are the Ninetales that we saw. That I love these, like this gold like print in purple with the dragon, like this is what I would expect from a Ninetales gang to look like. Now I think these are just, like I said, these are just the lieutenants and the commanders, and of course Mendo Ren, because I do believe Mendo Ren's wearing this at the end of Siege of Orison. But I will say that I absolutely love this whole thing. You know, like this design was definitely needed for them. They look a little bit more unified, especially in the other regular Ninetales armors. So I'm glad that they refreshed it. So alongside this, the concept art team progressed with a new combat armor. So I'm curious what that is, because we got all the armor, I believe, as of right now, that was in CitizenCon before. We got the heavy one. We got the what's called the Antium, the one that's like the hunter armor, and we had the Geist armor as well in there. So I'm kind of curious what that is, that new combat armor. I apologize. It's you know, when it's hot outside I get tired. So but yes, I'm curious what that is. So we'll have to wait and see. And then we got the art and ships, which is always my favorite portion of it. This monthly report wasn't that long, so I figured I'd go ahead and just read everything. Unlike my other videos where usually I skip all the AI stuff, but I just thought I'd go through it. And then of course for art and ships, the UK, in the UK, the ships team finalized and launched the Gattac, Raylan, and Tilui, which I love the Raylan. I think it's beautiful. Tilui, I think it's cool. I think people aren't really getting what its purpose is. They're like, oh, it's a small snub fighter. This stuff's like a Tilui is something you would see, and as they kind of pointed out, it's like a support ship. But like, I would see this like if you were with a group of people, just, you know, mowing through a lot of those like those missions where it's patrolling, or even like the defending the cargo, fuel containers, stuff like that. Like, you know, having a group in the Tului and having those snub fighters, that's the kind of stuff the Tului is made for. More like policing and, you know, like system police or whatever. So I mean, I love it. I love the way it looks. I love what its concept is. You know, I think people just really need to kind of hone in on what missions it's good for. So they then turned their attention to another Grey Cat market ship, which was parked last year due to the two other priorities, beginning by ensuring nothing had degraded since it was last worked on. So speculation of the Grey market is probably that Mustang looking ship that we've seen many years ago whenever we got the first look at the Shiv, and then they spun it around and you saw another ship. So that's probably that one. So if you guys have seen it, you guys can go look for it. It's out there. And then it says beginning ensuring nothing was okay. So I guess everything was fine, but yet this one's supposed to be coming out soon. So there's that. Further work was done for the Liberator, including integrating and repurposing numerous anvil kit pieces from recent ships, such as the Asgard and the Paladin. which significantly reduced the amount of required new content, which is awesome. So this is why, like, having, you know, having these kits uh per the manufacturer is so important, because, you know, they just started working back on the Liberator not too long ago, like really in the last couple months or so, and it's already like progressing really well because they don't have to make up new stuff. They already have everything they need for the Anvil kit, so it's less new things to have to come up with. So that's super awesome. And, you know, for a shout out to my orc mate Wolf, I know, I know he's really looking. He's been looking forward to this since I started playing like 5 years ago. So there you go, big dog. It's coming. So more artists moved onto the RSI Galaxy, which is another one that came out. I think it was like the year or two after I started playing. They sold this concept, and I know a couple of my org mates got it. Following the release of the recent alien ships, helping progress across all areas. So this will be ready by IAE, I do, is what people saying. So at the end of the year, we'll see it. It would be nice to see the Liberator at the end of the year too, but we'll have to wait and see. Two new ground vehicle variants progress quickly down the pipeline. One successfully passed a combined white box and gray box gate review, while the other is rapidly approaching its white box gate review. So, two variants for ground vehicles. So, my hope is that this is either going to be, well, this is two new ground vehicles, so they're new. I'm not too sure if that means it's actually been out, like it's been shown, or completely brand new, no one knows anything about it. Because here's the reality. I love the fact that they're doing stuff, like they're coming out with new stuff, and I'll keep saying this again and again. But for the love of God, we got like the G12s, we got the Cyclone, not Cyclones, but those other ones, the motorcycle looking ones. We got those out. We got ground vehicles that are all messed up. Ground vehicle physics suck right now. Let's focus on getting the things out that have already been here. It's great getting new stuff, but I mean, can we get the old stuff out the way? I'm dying for a G12 badly, so there's that. And then, unless it's an alien vehicle, that, you know, whatever. And then 4 unannounced ships progressed to the first. A new fighter passed its white box gate review and will continue to have its geometry refined as part of the gray box phase in preparation for November. So I'm guessing this fighter is supposed to be coming out in November. The second, a new ship from Xi'an manufacturer designed to fulfill a generalist role. Yes, a generalist Xi'an ship. Let's go. Entered pre-production. That is awesome. Pre-production for a generalist Xi'an ship. Let's go. Okay, CCIG. Okay, I'm digging that. That move forward with that. That's what I'm talking about. Third progressed towards its Lot 0 gate, which that means basically pretty much done. As part of this, the team added details across the hull and ensured the animated parts don't interfere with each other. Interesting. Here's what that is. The fourth had its gray box gate review. Following this, adjustment were made to its component and weapon location. The mocap team is currently preparing to tackle the complicated animation required for the ship. Okay, so this sounds like it's another alien ship. I mean, this may be the year of Alien, you know. I mean, shoot, you got another Xi'an ship coming as a generalist that's out. If this is another ship, like, you know, from the Xi'an or Alien race, I mean, let's do it, you know, because alien ships need a lot more love, to be honest. We all know that. They need a lot more love. So, looking forward to that. Finally, the North American team continued to move the Kraken towards its gray box gate review, with a focus on utilizing the finalized Drake kit from the Ironclad. The initial lightning pass was done to set the tone across the ship. Let's go. And I guess this is what it looks like in the Kraken. Get that picture right there so you can see it. All right, so Art and Weapons Team. In June, the Weapons Team continued through the final phase of production on a new large caliber weapon. In addition, they pushed forward with content for upcoming patches and numerous weapon paints for various upcoming events. The team's ongoing material polish passes and updates continue to, and they're looking forward to upcoming tech that will require cross-team collaboration. Okay, that sounds good. So, community stuff, core games. Here we go. So this is talking about the inventory. So for item recovery, the team finished a basic version of the individual item claim mode and began work on the full version. Ship paints can now be bricked and recovered like other components. Fixes went in for bricked ships that remained flyable after a full component swap, and for loadouts not being respected after a claim. Claim timer improvements also continued. Cut down on unnecessary claims. Ships destroyed while inside a hangar can now be reclaimed for free. Saw this. For Starware, sorry, let me get to where you guys can see it. I'm sorry, I'm covering most of it. My bad. For Starware, a new tool validates and repairs player and NPC loadouts, catching the setup errors that could otherwise break compatibility. The team also added clothing prerequisites for certain armors. For example, the Caldera Novikov suit may require a specific clothing item to be worn first. Work also began on Starware's UI, which looks several iterations with UX design to get right given the complexity of the equipment rules. New additions include a blocked state that tells players when an item can't be equipped because another item is in its way, indicators for whether a piece of space-worthy, and an improvement weight bar at the top of the inventory. So this is the little thing for the Starware I guess they were talking about. So but yeah, there's see, updates. Several core systems were made for Starkitect, which will fundamentally change how designers place locations and sandbox content across planets. Now harvestables and loot are context aware of their surrounding location and environment, so designers can match loot to the environment more easily. For instance, instead of manually placing outlaw specific loot boxes, the system will now detect that a location is outlaw controlled and select the right loot type automatically. That's cool. Crafting is undergoing similar changes for Starkitect. Compatibility and the mission system required significant rework so that designers can set up mission locations and contracts at a much larger scale. Freight elevators and security systems are now Starkitect compatible as well. Well, we'll wait and see how that goes, because you know how the elevator lifestyle goes. Let's see. For the command module, the team provided heavy post-release support because it needed it badly. Addressing player reports of bugs across hangar and air traffic control interactions, damage handling, quantum travel markers, locked doors, camera overrides, star map routing, physics, collisions, several transition issues, room atmosphere, and more. Yeah, whenever the command module came out with the Ironclad, it was a cluster. A cluster. We all know it. It was bad. So there you go. Is there anything else I want to read? There's a lot of stuff here. Ahead of tech preview and player testing, the team fixed critical instancing bugs, including players losing ownership of their instance, causing it to despawn, and players being incorrectly moved into someone else's instance. Eviction logic was also added, so a player kicked from a party gets teleported to a safe location outside of the instance, which is good. To support the reworked Siege of Orison, Core Gaming gave the designers a way to assign NPCs to defend specific areas. So that's stuff of that. Let's see, transport shuttles. They can be gated, behind missions, creature content. In June, the creature team worked on various improvements to the existing behaviors of Valakar families. Worked on Apex Sand variant is still underway, with the team refining the gameplay to provide a better experience to the players in ships. Pre-production for a brand new creature family began, thank God, with exploration around visual identity, silhouettes, and combat legibility. Let's see. Legibility, sorry, and gameplay archetypes going through various rounds of iterations. Economy stuff, mission design. I don't care too much about all this. R&D. Okay, so that is basically all I got. I'm sorry, it was a rough read. I'm a little bit tired. So there's that. So did anything stand out to you guys that you enjoyed? Are you looking forward to the 4 new ships that are coming soon? I would think this year. One of which is a generalist Xion. I mean, how cool is that going to be? I'm very, very excited for this. Very, very excited for that. So I cannot wait for that to come. I hope it does not take the place of my Clipper. It might, because I'm a Drake fan through and through, but I'm even more a Xion fan. So we'll see what happens, because I love Alien. And then of course, like I said, they got 2 new ground vehicle variants coming. So what are they going to be? I mean, if they're not going to be the G12 or the other motorcycle type thing, what would they be? I'm kind of curious. I don't know about y'all, but I'm curious. So we'll look forward to seeing that. And of course, it did say that there's something with a lot of complicated animation, which sounds like another alien ship. So, which, again, more alien ships, keep them rolling, baby, keep them rolling. So if you like my content, I really appreciate you guys. Will drop a like, please comment. Of course, I always appreciate everything that you guys add to my channel, and you guys help it grow, because without you, the channel does not exist. So thank you again, guys, for watching it and sticking with me through this end of month report. And of course, I'm your boy Raptor Spiritus. You guys stay safe out there, and I will see you in the verse.